Hi, this is Edujo and welcome to another video in my series on Excel tips and tricks. In the last video we looked at the conditional formatting for our spreadsheet. Actually, while I'm looking at it, I just want to delete that one. Cool, so this looks slightly better. So we were looking at the conditional formatting and how to do that. Today I want to look at more management information. Specifically, what I want to do is I want to use the Countifs function. We have used the Countif before. I think we did use it here as well. We used the Countif. So now I want to use another one that basically is going to look at not just one criteria but two criteria, or two or more criteria. So basically we can see in terms of the yeses there are 6 that were green, that were successful. And so in terms of the management, although there was one more person that was eligible, they didn't get it. So we just want to see that if they were eligible, if that is true, and they were successful, then I want to, that's the only ones I want to see. I don't want to know if they were eligible but didn't get it. I just want to know not just the fact that they were successful, but I want to know that they were eligible and they were successful. That's the criteria that I want to use for this in my management information. So I go to my summary and I'm going to say for this case I just want to see who was successful, and I'm going to merge that, and I want to see in this case who was successful that had a yes and a yes. So what we're going to do is enter the Countif formula. So I'm going to go the Countifs formula, notice the S. I'm going to open the bracket. Now it wants the range for the first criteria, the range 1. So I'm going to do the range for the first one. So you can see the Countifs criteria range 1. Then I'm going to say comma. Now it wants the criteria. So if that is a yes, you see that? So we've got the range and the yes, comma. Now we want the criteria for range 2. So, they want the range for the second one, comma, and then they want the criteria, and again it's yes. So if the range, if this range is yes and the one is yes on that range, then it should show. So let me enter that. So we can see there is 6. So what that means is that, there we go. So if that one is yes and that one is yes, count it. The same with that one and that one, count it. And if that one and that one don't count it, that one and that one count it, and this yes and this yes, and so on and so on. So if that is yes and that is yes, basically, then show it. So that's what it looks like over here. Countifs. So you've got your range with your first criteria, your range with your second criteria, and it's only going to count them. And then we also want to see another one. Let's say we're going to say no, but the criteria specifically is the following: equal Countifs, open bracket. So I go back there. So this time I want to see how many were eligible, were yes, how many were eligible. So I'm going to put a yes there. So my range is yes, and my range, and then my criteria is yes, and then my range for my second part, and then how many then got a no. So that's what I want to see. So how many were eligible but did not get success. So there should be the 1. Cool, because there was only one, which was that one. He was eligible, but because it was sold out, he didn't get a success. So I'll go back to my summary. I just want to make this look neat, and that's what we have over there. So now in terms of my management criteria, we know that there were 6 that were eligible and that were successful, and there was 1 that was eligible but that was not successful. I might actually change this to eligible and successful. There we go. So how many were eligible and successful? How many were eligible but not successful? If that makes sense. So that is the management information that I wanted there. I hope the Countifs statement made some sense now. Thank you for watching.